I've gone up against the infamous Sindel Retcon a number of times, playlist available here, but I do know of another such retcon from another series that is about as egregious, if not more so, yet no one really talks about it despite how widespread and popular this series is. Granted, an explanation was offered later in the series, but new writers introducing explanations for poor continuity does not, and never will, justify that the inconsistency happened in the first place. But I've kept you in suspense long enough. I am, of course, talking about the vastly different characterizations of God from the Bible franchise. In the original series, God had a very particular characterization, a vengeful figure who will smite those who displease him, not unlike similar characters in other series like Zeus from the Greek mythology series. This was highlighted a number of times, with the most notable being the Great Flood from the Noah sub-arc of the Greater Genesis arc. Such a fundamental aspect of his character being established so early would seem like the kind of defining characterization that is never changed. But once the series was soft rebooted with the New Testament series, God's character became completely different. Suddenly he was a loving, fatherly figure with a self-sacrificing side if you subscribe to the popular Jesus is the human aspect of God and not his son theory. Only after the second series concluded were supplemental works written that proposed the idea that these two different versions of God were actually separate entities, with the vengeful original being a false god known as the Demiurge, who created the world, maintaining at least that much continuity from the Genesis arc, while the god of the second series is the true god above all. And that sounds simple enough, but then other writers later on had their own interpretations of the concept, and the Demiurge is sometimes evil, with even the devil opposing him, or even just being a dumbass in the eyes of the Valentinian writing team. I mean, I get this franchise went on for so long, that there were inevitably going to be inconsistencies in the continuity, but when the inconsistencies are this significant, this apparent, that a major character feels like a completely different character from one installment to the next, and there is nothing in the text itself to make this work, it's just poor writing. But yeah, this is one of the most egregious writing inconsistencies in the history of fiction, and I think it's time we took these writers to task for their poor continuity. I just pray none of these guys get hired by NetherRealm, or MK's writing will get even worse. Somehow.